So, we seem to have at least two problems right now. Problem number one, I was just alerted to this, and we may have seen this earlier on the confusion effect. It just seemed minor enough that it didn't seem to be worth worrying about. Apparently, even when characters are stunned or frightened or something, they will still carry out the tool's commands, even though they shouldn't because of the debuff. I thought confused might be an exception to that. And that doesn't actually, at least in Pathfinder, right, you have a chance of acting normally, just a chance of doing weird things. I thought it would like constantly interrupt. But I need to investigate that. It won't make any difference in this version of the Aielund Saga at a minimum, of this version of Act 2. On the flip side, by the time you're playing this, or by the time you even see this, it'll probably be a different version of Act 2. Because among some of the other bugs we've noticed and that are getting fixed, I did some investigation. If you fail to persuade the Shadow Druid Elder and fight the Shadow Druids, you get about 1500 XP at this level, and you get a boatload of magical items. If you persuade him and solve it peacefully, you get 200 XP. Which is also very different than some other points in the saga where when you peacefully resolve something, you get a good chunk of XP to compensate you for the fact that you lost the XP from fighting, and the fact that you lost the items. So Savant is literally increasing by an order of magnitude. It's going to be 2000 XP in the future instead of 200, which means that if you don't really need the magical items, you technically would get more XP for solving it peacefully. Rewards you for having the skill. Unfortunately, that won't affect this saved game, so we are going to intentionally fail this, even if we have to try several times. And we're going to solve this version with violence. So here we go.
Greetings.
There we go, excellent, we failed it the first time. Alright, so we're gonna go with number 2. But we haste people, eh? So Maggie got dispelled. So she's not hasted, for example. It'd be nice if we could actually know what else got removed, but sadly we don't know. But you know what, Maggie? We are going to be nice. Here, have another haste. Well, that got him. Look at all this stuff. Fantastic.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden. Haste shall grant me victory.
Mass haste is nice. Ooh, Helm of the Bowl. Valinia, you have an odd amount, so Valinia, we're going to give this to you. Can we do that? There we go. Tower Shield and Stag Helmet, they're not magical. I'm not going to bother carrying them around. So basically the normal Shadow Druids aren't really worth looting. Also, Valinia, we're going to start dumping stuff on you.
Pack mule, remove this burden.
We'll sort this all out later. They're going off to fight. And look, we got 4 gold. Amazing. Go get that Shadow Druid.
Death comes for you.
Also, you know, with a name like Shadow Druids, they were kind of asking for it. You know, why would you call yourself that if you weren't a bunch of evil people? Of course, part of the whole problem here is that, as far as I know, except for... And I don't know, like, it's possible that back... It's possible that back in that test of the spirit that somebody got feared and I didn't notice it either, I guess. I just really assumed that, as strange as this may sound, that if you were stunned, that the game would prevent you from, like, moving. Because I haven't overridden any of the game's functions here, right? Like, it's literally just saying, into the character's action queue, insert, a movement action for them, if you tell them to move. Well, if you're stunned, you're not allowed to execute any action, period. So, presumably, that should stop you from moving. That was the theory, at least. But apparently it may not have worked out that way. I'm pretty sure we're definitely done with... Our haste is worn off at this point, but... Okay, so we are nearly to level 14. Excellent. We also are running low on spells and buff durations, but we'll continue to press forward for right now, even though we could easily rest. One thing I do want to do, though, is let's find out what this stuff is. Cloak of Fortification +2.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden.
So you have +1 strength with that. Valenia has +1 strength now too. Valenia is just going to be wrecking stuff, as we've seen. And I don't think we have another Helm of the Bull. We only get the one, so we can't give it to Maggie or Ronan or whatever, because they don't have hoods right now. Amulet or Natural Armor +4. Hot diggity dog. We have Cloak of Protection +3. We have a large Shield of Regeneration, so that can go to Maggie. It now has regeneration. Congratulations. We have 2 AC, 2 armor, but fire and piercing resist. Or we have 3 in piercing resist, only usable by Druid Ranger. You're not a Druid or a Ranger, but you do have UMD. That's probably worth using, because you gain the 10 piercing resistance spell resistance. Excellent. And then, so we could give you one more AC for less regeneration. We could give you one more AC, period. We could give you one more AC, period. It's probably not the worst idea for right now. Oh, he already had a +3. So Ronan is at 32, Maggie's at 31. Valenia's at 32, but we'd give up. Do we want 3? Basically, do we want to cut her regen by a third for one more AC? I don't know if that's worth it. She's gonna get hit anyway, and healing up is probably better. So we'll go with that. Thank you for carrying all of our heavy stuff, Valenia. You're the best. And a Blooded Scimitar. Slippery Mind Enhancement bonus 3. I mean, he already has this, which is amazing, right? Damage versus that. Ronan he's going to use a Scimitar. Maggie isn't really going to want to use a Scimitar either, and she could, but it'd be a 200 weapon, so we don't want to give up the shield right now for her. And then Valenia has her greatsword bonuses, so we're going to stick with that. I could, I guess, technically give her, if I really wanted to, I could give her like the large shield 3 and the Scimitar +3. She does have weapon focus and improved critical, and right now her AC seems fine, so let's use her as a wrecking ball. Okay. Druid Shack. Bookshelf. Fall of Feyborn, we've read that. The chest here. Broken Ring of the Guardian. Whatever this fight ring did, it seems to have broken in the fight. I'm not sure what fight it means, but 2 gems in it seem to have been shattered. Nature's Fury. I have in my possession a ring. Alright, so we need to find 2 gems for it. That seems to be the proper answer here. How do I get off this? Come on. There we go. Okay, so then I guess this leads to the city itself. The lost city of Feyborn. What do we got in here? Towered basement. Automated gem setter. Tome. Describes an ancient construct known as the Guardian. You need the ring of the Guardian. Needs 2 gems. One's bound to the land, another the Archmage of the city. So we need to find those 2 gems, and the automated gem setter will repair it. Okay. So now we've got to ask ourselves one question. Where is the Archmage of the city? Well, we might be about to get some more Helms of the Bowl over here.
Death shall be beautiful.
Could we? No, I guess we have everyone. Okay. Kind of makes me wonder what happened if we came here peacefully. What would they do at this point? Sir William got poisoned. It's unfortunate, Sir William. I don't know, is it even worth giving Ronan or... I guess it's not really worth giving him either of these. Sir William is kind of crippled though, and it's probably only about to get worse. The Guardian. Aye. Apparently doesn't feel much like talking. No, okay. Well, I think we can only get past that with the ring then. Looks like there's a hidden room over there. Oh, Sir William failed his fortitude save again. So, and I also checked, like the reason I set the tool up in the way that I did here, with it checking the variable to see whether they had disarmed the trap, as I went and checked, that is how it is in Hordes of the Underdark, for example. Everyone, including like Dalen and Linu, have the ability to say whether you want them to deal with traps or not. So I assumed that was a universal thing, but then it always hasn't been done, I guess. Man, Ronan, what did you just do there? Oh, you got a sneak attack, okay.
All before the righteous!
Man, look at Ronan just doing like 50 damage per sneak attack, you reckon? And we are losing our buffs. And I'm assuming it would be like here that we'd see it. But Ronan's apparently hasn't seen it yet. He's not spotting it. Search and spot are both super high for him though. Wait. I wasn't in stealth mode, right? This is search. We don't seem to be spotting it, not even with Ronan's help. I can't rest while there are enemies nearby. Okay, well, let's just deal with whatever these enemies are real fast. Oh, hello.
I'll tear you apart!
Certain death!
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Is it possibly over here? Someone running your half-elf with keen senses. You ain't spotting anything? Seems very strange to me.
Quick and quiet.
Yeah!
Sir William's like, I'm trying to keep up. The master sleeps, you will not disturb him. Okay, well. Here lies the great Archmage Cuthbert, defender of Feyborg, guardian of the halls, whose body may lie here, but his spirit lives on. Now, nothing like resting in a tomb. Ooh, there's just enemies nearby still. But where?
Ortano for Digyamar.
What enemies would even be nearby now? Would I clear this whole area out?
Ortano for Digyamar.
Where are these enemies? That's far enough over. Is it in that room or something? I can't seem to find the entrance to. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a save here. And then it's time for the good old buffaroo. Maggie's not at full HP though. She didn't recover. They didn't rest. My companions did not rest. And we're not going to be able to rest again, so they get bugged out and didn't rest the companions. Well, that is unfortunate. So, that sucks. I guess we're going to just have to try to make do for now. Here. That's gone at least. Okay then. people to talk about wanting full party control. Can you imagine if you were expected to manage all of Maggie's buff spells and do all of this as well as Sir William? And imagine if Ronan or Valenia was like a cleric or something else instead. Just, the game engine is not set up well for full party control in terms of... I don't want to spend, over half my time in battles pausing and swapping between characters, let me put it that way. There's a cadaver, okay, and then there's a heart gem. I'll take a guess what that's for. Shaft of ethereal light. The border ethereal. Wait, what happened? All the buffs are gone. All the buffs that just put up are gone. The hell? Literally every buff I just put up is gone. And I don't have enough spells to redo all of those buffs. I'm a bit miffed. Okay, I'm doing what I can to rebuff here. Oh, I guess Valenia doesn't need the dex anymore, does she? Because of the heavier armor she's wearing. Okay. Then we are shorter on stone skins.
Certain death comes for you! Yeah!
Oh, phase spiders. A lot of phase spiders.
Haste to grant me victory!
Yeah! Yeah!
Ethereal renders over there. Can we find the entrance now? I think so. Ronan's poisoned, that's okay. He can't actually suffer from poison. Alright, we leveled up. Maggie getting poisoned though is a bit more serious. Especially since it looks like it's con poison. Maggie, why can't I drag a potion of antidote onto you? Okay, so it was only -3, but still, if that did like another -5 or -6, she would be dead. Alright, so let's level up. What are we going for a level 7 spell? Probably either Finger of Death or Shadow Shield. Shadow Shield's really good. The problem is that we're not really needing it in the way that we're going around right now. Protection from spell might not be bad. Though it only affects 3 creatures, so it wouldn't affect the whole party. I think Great Thunderclap was changed to like an AoE sonic damage thing, so let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens. If not, we can empower this stuff here. See, all good.
Fate shall grant me victory!
They resistant to anything in particular that doesn't look like it, so let's this is shot. So really I should just be doing this. Unable to travel there. Adventurer's corpse over here. We have an unidentified magic item. That's locked. Okay, they can't deal with the lock. Alright, come on over. Archmage Cuthbert and Grey Slots. That's just rude.
Quick and quiet.
Wait, I thought Great Slots weren't evil. That's interesting. Man, what is wrecking, it's doing so much damage, Grace. Oh, it's Hammer of the Gods or whatever. Okay, so Ronan right now is dazed. Yeah, so he's not attacking. He's moving, but he should be. See, they're not attacking if they're dazed. So now I'm kind of curious with what exactly. He's not attacking during daze. He can move during daze, but that's expected. Here, Maggie, why don't you heal everyone? I bet we can't go further into the plane here either. Yep. No good. I guess Maggie's done, whatever.
Greetings.
Oh, now Maggie's back on the job. An unwilling subject, huh? Huh. Probably his, right? Hey, yeah. Okay then. He fades off into nothingness. Oh. I guess he only has regen 1 right now. Immune to sneak attack, that's unfortunate. Any more XP morsels around here? Nope, okay. Let's see if we can do a proper rest this time, eh? Okay. Hopefully we don't lose all of our buffs again. That would be most excellent. Oh, that's only 1 minute a level. That's why we weren't using it. That's why we're doing the extended version, isn't it? So, we're going to extend that. Then Ronin Savant really needs that now. I can't wait till actual Mind Blank, but let's go ahead and give ourselves... We'll give ourselves at least Mind Blank. We can give ourselves the extended version. This way we're not affected by any mind affecting spells. We'll still have a bunch of other things available. Oh, we ran out of spells here. Oh, because we were casting the extended flame weapon. That's what happened. You don't have enough of those, plus the extended bowls and Cat's Grace. So now he has that. Okay then. I'm seriously kind of annoyed though, like, really, with Ronin we can't find our way into... Why else would you have the Nighthawk along? I mean, if we haven't found it yet with Ronin's help, I don't think we're going to find it. Oh well. So we're not currently invisible, so if we're not going to be invisible, then something like Shadow Shield might not be a bad idea, huh? Then we need... Ring of the Guardian. Excellent. Okay, now we go find the Shadow Druid leader. Okay then. You boys and girls ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Velocity, feeble, and surface. Can hear something large moving around. Prepare ourselves. Oh, I think I found our something large moving around. Immune to critical hits, bunch of other things. Yeah, I think this would be an excellent time to cast Mind Blank on other people. Sir William doesn't need it because he's immune to Dragon Fear as a paladin. Here goes nothing.
Creature, speak with me if you have the courage. I am listening to you.
Oh boy. It's a DC 23, so even like Maggie has a good chance of failing. Alright. It is our desire here to turn this into something very unfair. 40 acid, that sucks. So I cast Great Sonic Clap, and he made all of his saves. I'm not even sure what it would have done, so maybe he is using this default spell. Okay. In that case, let's try this. That's better. I do have to get past the spell penetration. Like that failed right there. Got him. Dragonhead weighs 100 pounds.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden.
Haul it back to Amalus to obtain a reward. Oh, there's Sorcerer's Hauberk with, Charisma bonus +4, +1 to all saving throws, concentration +4. Let's change here, it's showy and eye-catching. I like this. Aura of Glory, 1 use per day. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So it increases my spells and I still get just as much Persuade. It's like a double win, basically. That's twice as much as a single win, see? Alright, fire damage, okay, and Ring of Fire Resistance. Good if you want to be resistant to fire, I guess. Which isn't really a concern right now. Fought my way to the scepter, no sign of it, report back to the Duke. Okay. Wait, did I not have Sir William this entire time? Hang on a second. I don't think I had Sir William the entire time. I think it was just the... Wow. That's kind of funny. Okay then. Sir William, stop being so lazy. So Shadow M posted a script, an expansion of the basic tool I have here. There's a few things that were nifty about it. You made it so that, you know, companions could open doors and trigger levers and don't hurt anything. It's a neat idea, I just don't know how generally useful that in particular is in most cases, but I could see niche uses at least. He also made it so that they could pick up items, and on one hand that's useful because you can just click on items to have like millennia pick them up. The flip side, what if your familiar or your summoned creature picks it up instead, and now it's in their inventory you can't access and you just screwed yourself over? That's one of the things I was worried about with that. Then they also did something I've been considering for a bit, which is basically that if you select a member of your party, so let's say I activate the tool and I click on Maggie, then I'm controlling Maggie specifically until I reset it somehow. The downside is then you can't have your, like, you can't regroup on, let's say you as the main character are the reset, right? If you select yourself, it's the group. If you select another character, it's them. You then can no longer tell them to gather on you or gather on somebody else, right? You lose that ability. On the flip side, you could argue you could tell them to move to a location rather than a creature, or you can just tell them to follow you with the main commands, and that's certainly true. So the other idea is I was having a second button, right? You have like player tool 1 to command the whole group and like DM tool 1 to command individual people by selecting, but then you're taking up twice as many quick slots, so I'm not sure. I mean, he had some good ideas and they seem well implemented. The individual commands is something I've been considering for a bit, but I basically wanted to get this out and get feedback on it before I worried about that. The problem is we're just so much the real estate we have is limited, basically. You know, as you can see, I still have another 6 levels to go. I still have another, but that I learn more spells. I still have another 2 spell levels entirely, plus more spells that I'll learn. And I'm already like full up here, right? Especially with meta magic. That's the big catch. Can I talk to you, guard captain?
Well met.
No, which is not really that surprising.
Hello there.
Okay then. Okay, so then we go back to the capital. Then we're going to need to deal with... We could write the Teamster, but let's just take a look at the area around. Oh, and I think I turned off skyboxes when I was testing for the Druid loading, just because it speeds up the load time by like even like half a second to a second. And when I was reloading a bunch of times to test stuff, I didn't really want to deal with it, especially since we never like see the skybox from this anyway. And I feel to point out that if you're following my 7 Days to Die videos at all, you'll note that I have quite an appreciation for looking out in first-person mode at some of the sunrises and sunsets and the fog, and it is quite beautiful at times. But you have to like deliberately look for it here. So we're nearly to level 15 even. Out of the 15,000 needed, right? We are 9,000 in. So 60% of the way there already. See, look, we're already back at Fairlock, but then we're going to need to go sell stuff at the cathedral. We'll need to figure out just how much of stuff we want to hold on to for later. This is something that you saw in Hordes of the Underdark, when merchants would only accept up to a certain amount, but later acts they'd buy it for more. So you were like, for example, in that chapter 2 of Hordes of the Underdark, the most you could get was 10,000, I think, but then you can get up to 50,000 in chapter 3. So the really big ticket items you wanted to hang on to. But unless we can get more bags of holding, we're probably going to be more limited in what we can hold on to here. It would definitely be nice if there was a way to say... Excuse me. It would definitely be nice if there was a way to see just how much the actual item was worth. You know, like, say, you'll only pay me 10,000, but the item itself is really worth 11,000 versus worth 40,000, because of the 40,000 one I want to hang on to. The 11,000 one, Not saying 1,000 is nothing, but in the long term or whatever, it's not so vital. Hello, Duke. How are you?
I greet you, my child.
Sir Godfrey's not here. Also, we should get Greater Spell Breach at some point to eliminate the SR issue. Well, we're pretty badass, aren't we? Well, I guess we'll be off to Stoneguard then. After we sell stuff. And we can try to find a buried treasure while we're at it. Yar. Apparently is the word here. Yar. And we were selling at the cathedral, right? Doesn't really, I mean, there's multiple ones that all work, but the cathedral's right here anyway.
Greetings.
Alright, what do you got? Bring protection +2. We don't really need to hold on to that at this point. Fine Elven Wine, Blooded Scimitar, that sells. Quartz Crystal, Potion of Lore. treasure map we're gonna hang on to. Ring of Fire Resistance is so lightweight that that's going to sell. We'll hang on to it. So we have a +4, right? So we can probably sell that. We still have like 3 others we can grab. Ring of Protection +3. I think we might have a use for that for somebody. Helm of the Bull. It's a rare enough item. I'd like to try to keep it. We seem to be lacking that many ways to get strength. Fury is 10,000, so we'll see if we can hang on to that. Everything here is 10,000, right? Except for the boots traveling. Oh, and the full plate, which we really don't need. Full plate. Full plate be gone. Alright, so we got that. Fantastic. Ronan, are you carrying anything extra? No, you are carrying the full plate. Liliana's armor we can't sell. Oh, we can? You know, Valiana, we're going to give you your armor back at the end of the module. So, I know, I just wasted 4,000 gold there. I know. At the Grizzlies, 10,000. Elven Chainmail's 10,000. Druidic armor, large shield +3. Armor of Etherealness. Ethereal Visage, that's maximized. Okay, so we're able to do this just fine. Then Ronin, we could just give him a 1 extra AC for no cost. You already have a +3 ring. We could give Maggie or Ronin the AC. Probably more concerned with the Ronin, I guess. Okay. I think we're done here. We have so we'd have a little over 120, but we have a whole bunch of items that would sell for 10,000 each, right? So is Valiana still holding any of them? No, just her own armor. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more items basically. So we could double our wealth here by just selling those and have over 200k at that point. This definitely seems to call for a save. Anything you can tell me? Wow, what's going on here? Don't think I'm gonna get this off in time to kill it. That's gonna hit first. Boom, got him.
is it that you want?
Hello there! Hello there! Hail to ye!
Hmm. 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 Well, this is very different. This also looks very different. The area is definitely laid out in a different manner than it used to be.
Well met.
Hmm.
Well, hello there! Well, hello there! Well, hello there! Well, hello there!
Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Well, hello there. Well, hello there.
I greet you,
Hail
my
to
child.
ye!
Huh. How about that? I hate these ramps. I do. Come on, get on down. You can make it, guys. Come on. Come on this way. That would have been much harder without my tool to help. That's kind of funny. Alright, so this is Stunguard itself.
Hello there!
So there's something over here. Welcome to Stunguard Village, population 5. To the Valley of Silence. Let's see what this is before we go to deal with the Frost Giant threat. Certainly pretty. There's that. I think I hear chanting. Okay, well, we'll be back here in a second. Let's go check out this bridge. Due to hazardous conditions ahead, huge dragon, this gate has been sealed. Have a nice day. Okay. Ronan can't manage to pick the lock. I'm guessing this is the order. I did just kill another dragon, right?
What's up?
Yes, hello to you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, so 3 of them might be dead.
Yes, hello to you.
Helmet presence, 2795. Alright, so that is definitely worse. So we don't want to sell to him. Though, one thing we could certainly buy from him, right? So, you have 16 use magic device. Wish there's a way to know whether he could use them or not. On the flip side, he'd gain 2 AC. That is a lot of... 31,000 for 2 AC. I'm not sure I'd consider that super worth it right now, but I will keep it in mind. That will be good for Ronan later on, I suppose.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'll consider the boots, but I don't even know if Ronan can use them. You know what, we'll do a little test, then we'll see what I think. I'm still not sure it's going to be worth that
Yes.
money right now, just for him. Ronan, can you use these boots? No, you cannot use those boots. Okay. So how much for your use magic device skill, Ronan? Probably requires like 20.
Yes.
And well, these are just the plus... There's some plus 2s here. That's effectively a greatsword plus 3. Is that worth it for Valiana? So basically lose 12,000-ish gold for an extra AB and damage. Let's see what other options are available at least. Potions. Okay. Potion of cure critical wounds. Everything else is expected. Okay, so we can keep this in mind. It's funny, I would definitely be on board with a lot of that stuff in past times when I was playing this version of Saga in the past. Right now, though, the sheer number of people I have to equip, right, is making that significantly harder and more cautious. Like, do we really necessarily need that? Oh, hey, this is wearing off, so let's go rest then. So this quest will probably get us at least part of the way to level 15, and then the Giant's quest should easily get us to 15. And then we actually have to talk to the king, and that might involve more stuff. Okay, so I can give all 4 of them extended flame weapon, like this. Give them all stone skin, and of course myself stone skin. Give myself invisibility. And then let's give ourselves extended lesser mind length. Kind of regretting Great Thunderclap. I thought it was changed to something else. Well, more gray slots. And a death slot. This, I think, is going to be worth this. That was a lot of XP. Bunch of slot tongues. But holy cow, death slot. Don't think it's necessarily worth a bunch of 2 gold slot tongues. Yes, then by that same ration or logic, we could have just taken the ride to Fairlock for like 10 gold to save the time. I know. Where is all that coming from over here? You guys still hasted? Yes. Well, she's always hasted, so that's a bad. You are not at your best. Okay, 2 back-to-back crits. That'll do it. Man, with this overwrite thing, it's hard to figure out what's what at times. Okay, if we're going to be getting hit by this stuff, I don't think there's any really need for extended stone skin at this point, but Ronin and your will saves are pretty. You still only have 9. Well, apparently they're up to 1d6 fire damage from my flame weapon spell. Not bad, I guess. This looks like slots have come into this cavern.
You will not.
I guess, you know what I could do? Probably not going to be casting too many individual hastes. Oh, and I forgot to update my mass buff spell that I don't really want. So I'm really helping Cerulean, Maggie, and Ronin right now, right? Go get him. Sorry. Wait, what?
Shadows take you! Shadows take you!
Fate shall grant me victory!
Certain death comes for you!
All before the righteous! All before the righteous!
I don't think does she need... Whoa, what just happened there? Death Slot's casting Implosion? Well, that literally could have killed me right there. Okay, I guess it's time to... That's why we go after them first.
All before the righteous!
Okay, well, enough to raise two people who just died there.
What do you want?
Note to self, Death Slots can cast Implosion,
Well met.
even in this campaign. Okay, Maggie, where are you?
What?
Maggie's still probably hasted, yeah. Did the haste literally... No, the haste didn't wear off, okay. Alright, that seems good enough.
Now you shall taste my power!
Alright, note to self, we are going to smash the crap out of Death Slots if we see them. There's a green slot. But no Death Slot.
Prevail!
Alright, you don't have... So I guess in theory we could like farm this for XP. Got something interesting there. You need to dispel the portal to stop the invasion. Planar orb. So we could do this, you know, technically indefinitely, but we're not going to. Got the portal. There's a gate here. Pretty. Okay, well, let's get back to the Grandmaster and tell him bad news. Your buddies are probably killed and eaten by slots. Or then that seems like it would be a good spot to stop, because we'll also probably level up to 15 here, assuming we get at least 100 XP from him. And then at level 15 we can start the War and Other Catastrophes quest for the Fire Giants. Not Fire Giants, the Frost Giants. Let's try going out the other way. It looks like there were two exits here, in the northeast and the southwest. We just had our first 2 deaths, though, of the saga, where we got 2 people killed by an implosion, and I had a 50% chance to die from the implosion myself, roughly, it looked like. 40% chance, technically, but still, 40% chance of just dying. Not really what I like.
Yes, hello to you.
I guess we're not just going to mention, you know, whatever. Yeah, your 2 friends are probably dead, even if I can't tell you that right now. Or 3 friends, technically. Level 15, here we come. We have Maximize Spell here. Pick up Maximize Spell, or we can pick up Greater Spell Focus and Necromancy. But Necromancy, we're only really going to be using Finger of Death and Wail of the Banshee, right? Well, eventually we won't get till 18th. So Finger of Death DC is 2 lower. It's not really going to... And with our having such a crowd of minions, I'm less concerned with having that as well. So we're going to go with the Maximize Spell, just for AoE damage. Then I think Firebrand was nerfed in this version of the game as part of the whole problem here, but we'll give Firebrand a shot. Now, yeah, we don't really need Mestel's Acid Sheath. We don't need Greater Bull Strength either. We are going to want Greater Spell Breach, that's for sure. And Isaac's Greater Missile Storm certainly isn't bad. It's not as good. It is nerfed in here. Chain Lightning's okay, but Chain Lightning's practically worse than Ball Lightning. So I'm just to go with True Scene or Undeath to Death. I talked about the Isle of the Dead, right? So let's grab Undeath to Death in case we wind up having to go there. Great Thunderclap, we're really not feeling it. Let's go with Finger of Death and Shadow Shield, maybe? Fortitude save or die. Okay, Ron, did you get improved to weapon fighting? No, you did not get improved to weapon fighting. Why aren't you getting improved to weapon fighting, man? Come on. You're killing me here. Veliana is as high HP as ever. Sir William, I'm assuming, did not get that now. Did get knocked down. Did he pick mounted combat? I don't know. I didn't really record all of this, so oh well. So let's rest here, and then we will go back into the dwarf area prior to buffing, and we will pick up there next time. Let's look at our sorcerer's outfit. Okay, yeah, showing off our midriff there, apparently. So I have 2, 4, 8. I have 8 charisma right now. So then if I use the Aura of Glory, that'll give me the maximum charisma bonus I can get. Okay, so you want us to go down in that direction next time. Got it. So that'll be part 7. Alright, see you next time.